everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Jennifer O'Malley. So I just wanted to talk about today how I read animals. So for me, it all started, I guess, with people first. If you don't already know, I can also read people. I can basically do everything. I've done mediumship before, which it's very easy, but it's just, something that I'm not really, it's not what I prefer to do. I could read people, like I said, I'm very good at reading the present on them and also the future. But when it comes to animals, so I am more keen with that. So I enjoy reading animals. And how I do it is I get into the energy of the animal. Now, if I'm actually present with you, I will just get into their energy. So horses, like people, have the same type of energy. They want to tell me, I guess, all about themselves first, their personalities. And I ask people when we have a session to have a banter back and forth, because the horse will bring up something right away that it thinks is important, and I'll tell the owner and I'll say, well, tell me about that. And then once you do that, then it's like a flow of water. It's like opening up a dam, Then we start talking, and then the next thought comes in. And so when I have a thought, it's either a feeling in my body, or it's a word that comes through, or it's a smell, or it's a taste. So I can I read basically through that. Also, when I'm sitting there reading, if I'm not actually reading a horse, I can actually tell you whatever they're thinking at that moment. Let's say something happens, like example, my horse one time, a family member came in and he was in his paddock and everything, and he's looking at him, and the first thought that came to my head, he's like, what do you want with me? What are you doing here? Like, why are you here? So animals are similar to people in the sense where that's how they communicate. They want to tell you the first thing that's on their mind. Another thing I find with communicating with animals, they want to tell me where they're in pain. That's another big one. They want to show me which part of their body that they're in pain, or different ways to help them, because, they want to, have a better quality of life as well. So, it's important to let the owner know why they're in pain, why they're acting up, why their personality is the way it is, or whatever they're thinking. Another thing that I've run across a lot of times is they also want to share how they feel about other people, how they feel about their environment, what they think can be a better change for them. That's another thing they bring to the forefront. So I find that that's the most common things. Another thing about me, which I don't know if other people do, and I think it's very rare, but I also can get into the horse's spirit, and speak to them. So I can actually, not even through if it could be through my mind, or it can just be me physically have a conversation with them. They can actually hear me and what I have to say. That's actually another big one, because most people can't do that. Most people can actually just read them, but they cannot communicate with them directly. I can actually communicate with them directly, and I actually do that for Tink when I'm going away. So it's a little funny story. So just recently I said, Tink, I said, I'm letting you know I'm going away, on vacation. I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I'll miss you, but okay. I'm like, listen, so you're not going to get, your mash that you get every day, but, I'll have somebody come and take care of you for the next 3 days and turn you out of it. He's like, oh, okay. That's his answer. And I said, the owner will be taking care of you. So I want you to be a good boy, and listen, and I'll be back. Oh, okay, So when we have these conversations with them, there's a lighter feel, because then they know what's going on. And sometimes we have to have conversations with them. I mean, you can even have a conversation with them in general and just talk to them and tell them whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? And what I like to do is, if you're not an animal communicator, you can always, you know, say that, you know, whatever I'm saying, you know, through my mouth is going right into his soul and is reaching there, you know, and you're actually communicating. You can even lie down in bed and close your eyes, because once you close your eyes, you're out of your ego. And you could sit there and have a conversation with your horse and say, listen, you know, I'm letting you know that, you know, I'm going away, or, you know, we're going to have, you know, different training, whatever it might be. You can have a conversation with them. They will hear you. Just make sure, like I said, you have your eyes closed, you're out of your ego, and you're really like focusing on being in your heart center, and you're feeling it, and you can have that conversation. We all have this innate gift inside of us. You know, everybody has a different purpose in life. My purpose in life is to obviously come here, you know, work with large animals and small animals and help them communicate in a different way. And that's, you know, my sole purpose here is to aid in the age of Aquarius and step up and be one of those leaders to help lead everybody, and just, you know, give everybody the higher timeline advice. And what I mean by that is, like, anything I'm going to give you is always going to be the highest, you know, the highest timeline, the highest advice for your horse, because I'm really just gonna, you know, I'm not giving you my personal opinion. That goes away when I'm reading. So when I'm reading, I separate my mind and I go into my heart center. So I'm really just getting the message that's coming through. And when I'm asking you questions, let's say like I'm getting like a horse, I'm reading a horse and he's showing me a picture of a mounting block. The only reason why I'm asking you that question, what does the mountain block represent, is because sometimes they're trying to communicate a message to me, and in their mind, I feel like it's so jumbled sometimes that they don't know how to communicate it as well, but they're doing the best they can. So I have to say to you, well, your horse is showing me the mountain block. What does the mountain block mean to you? And then the owner will say, oh, that makes so much sense. Every time I get on the mountain block, I always have this fear of not knowing what I'm going to get. Okay, well, there you go. This is where it comes down to, you know, stop doing that. You know, you don't want to have that expectation before you ride. We want to be in the present moment. We want to sit there and we want to be super, super present getting on that mountain block. So we're changing the outcome, because if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, I wonder if I'm going to have a good day or a bad day, you know, what's going to happen? What do you think you're going to get? You're probably going to get the worst outcome there is, because you're creating that. So if you can stop creating and actually sit there and just have a positive outlook and just be in the present moment right now, say, okay, I'm getting on my horse, I'm putting my foot on the mountain block, I'm putting my foot in the stirrup, and be present, you're going to get the best outcome that can be. Okay? And also, I know I've said this before, our root chakra is right in the place, basically in our lower quadrant. It's where we sit on the saddle. Okay? And then where is the horse's heart chakra? Right on the withers, right where our root and heart are going together. So horses are very, very intuitive. Okay, so they can definitely feel when you are stressed or you are feeling unsure of yourself. So you have to make sure that you're not giving that off to your horse and then creating what you don't want to create. Okay, so with that being said, that's how I read. That is how I get into your energy of your horse. I don't need to physically be in front of your horse. I know people say that. Do you physically? No. I don't even need to see a picture half the time. Half the time just talking to you on the phone, or just like hearing your voice because you're connected to the horse, I will have a picture in my mind already, and then everything will start coming through, because that's just how my gifts work. I don't need to have the physical in front of me. Like I said, you could just send me a picture, but half the time, not even half the time, I'm lying. I don't even need a picture. All I have to do is read through you, and I can definitely give you a full reading for 20 minutes if I had to. You know, it's just part of my gifts, my training that I've had. So if you would like to book a session, I do have a website you can go to. It's www.jenniferlmastery.com. Book on the sessions. I do have, I only do 20-minute sessions, just to let you know, because I don't need much more than that. 20 minutes on the phone versus 20 minutes, we can do a 20-minute in person. And they are obviously different pricing depending on which one you pick, but that's what I have available right now. And we'll see as we go into this age of Aquarius, maybe things will shift, but for right now, that's how things are looking. So thank you. Please subscribe, because every time you subscribe, it gets my video out to others, and we can definitely use this information out there. I know it's new, it's coming to the forefront, but it is the age of Aquarius, and this is what it's all about. It's all about everybody coming to their purpose, and these spiritual healers and spiritual advisors stepping up. So thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, and I love you.